Okay, so everyone, some of you might have already been watching. Some others probably just jumped in. I'm gonna stream now the finals of this pkclan 1v1 tournament. You can find all information on pkclan.net. This is going to be the finals between Garja and Shmras. A best of 9, with of course the maps and civilization rules that are set in the tournament. I'm going to be streaming it to give you everything live, because it's always fun. I'm also going to do some commentating like I did before with the show matches of Yumiu versus Lord Raphael. So I'm going to try to cover as much as possible of the map and of things going on, like raids and attacks. Here and there I'm also going to give some comments about what they're trying to do, build orders and how they're going to play things and micro stuff and things like that. Chicks unfortunately couldn't join me yet. Maybe he's coming later. So right now I'm going to do this alone. And I'm going to close this one now because it's too annoying every chat every time. Okay, first, yeah, the only thing that's not so that I don't like as much is that we have probably a lot of Otto and Spain here. I hope not too many games, but yeah, the thing is, this is a tournament. You play to win. Because you play to win, you try to exploit everything possible. That means you try to play by the rules, of course. But if you can play a lot of Spain and Ottomans, you're gonna do it because they're the strongest civilizations. You're also gonna probably go for water if you can, because it's very strong, close to OP. You're gonna go for wall pieces and stuff like that. I can't blame them, they wanna win. It's $400 or so on the line. Anyway, I hope to also see some games like the more normal matchups, because that's even better in my opinion. Anyway, here we are gonna start. Oh, I didn't discuss the map balance thing. I have to do that for next game. Both have 3 gold mine. It's again... Is it always the same thing here? The guy on the top has more gold. Well, Garja still has 3 mines, so I think we should just let it play. Okay, Shmras has 1, 2, 3 hunts. Garja has 1, 2, 3 hunts as well. He has a 4th here, and Shmras has a 5th. So it's the map is a little bit better for Shmras. However, like I said, Chicks told me before, I should more take into account the first 3 gold mines and the first 4 hunts. That seems pretty even. Of course, you can always play according to the map as well. Spain could go for more aggression if possible and try to get these hunts. I think we should just go on with this, and in case they decide it's too unfair, they can always neglect the game later on. I will discuss this for the next games though, so I hope I don't forget. What do we see here? Shmras skips the 90 food. That's of course because he wants to take a trading post first. What we see here is that Garja knew he would take a trading post, so he sends his hero over here, trying to take down Shmras' hero, in which he succeeded. He of course has a hero and a dog. However, the most important thing is that Shmras got his trading post up, so he gets the shipments, the XP. Several things can happen in this matchup. Ottomans can go for a semi-FF with a C or no C. C is of course very strong. In this matchup, Spain is going almost always for a fast fortress with a tower to secure or protect one of these pawns. Depending on how aggressive he will be, he will put a tower like over here or over here. And of course then ship the coin, and after the wood probably to get the houses and barracks and stable etc. going. The decks. Shmras, like you see, it's a very standard deck. Okay, he has okay, he chose to go for 2 great bombards there in 4th age. So he wants to keep it as an option. I see a lot of Ottomans who don't have the 2 bombards in the 4th age but have an extra card in the 2nd or 3rd. He has of course advanced trading post because he wants to have the option to go for trading post boom here. Spain often also takes the trading post with the wood shipment. There's also going to be a fight for the trading posts. Here we see the hero get 100 health and it gets reawakened near his trading post automatically. Garja's deck has no advanced trading post but also the water option. That's interesting. I don't see that many Spain going for water here. This looks pretty standard, the Rodoleros and the pikemen, you know, for siege damage and against the Mamelukes and Spahi. There he goes for his trading post. And as we saw before, Shmras also has the option to go for water with the card. Not the fast gathering card, only the cheaper boats card. And here the warships in the 2nd and 3rd age. As far as treasures go, we see that Garja has a little bit better treasures here. Shmras now picked up the Tomahawk. Always nice to have a little bit of an extra edge here in fighting hero versus hero. Spain has the dog, of course. Shmras is going for the fast age as well. Well, at least the tower. Garja expecting this, you know, he's trying to block the trading post as you see here. That's very nice. Trying to move around where the tower could be built. And now immediately as it's gonna be building, he's gonna siege it. And as I told you before in the other games, every unit has bonus damage versus a building that's being built. So always try to siege it because you can take down a lot of its HP. Little micro going on here, trying to kill this dog while not taking too much damage with his hero. He's gonna save his hero, of course, because he wanna keep it alive for trading posts, etc. and scouting opportunities. He killed the Spanish dog. There's a tower close, so Spanish hero has to run now. Spanish gonna build his tower close, like I said, so he's gonna be on the defensive at first. We see that Shmras often goes for a fast fortress, like the naked fast fortress thing, so no barracks early on. Not even some janissaries to, you know, for safe cover. It's of course a very viable option here because Spain is actually doing the same thing. No barracks, no stable, just going for a fast fortress. So that means the more economy you can get, and that means in this case the more resources you can get without making any wasted buildings, or the faster you can age up, the better it is for you because then you can use your H3 shipments and units. There's 700 wood. Let's see if he's gonna build more trading posts or gonna go for sea. Meanwhile, Garja rescued here the French villager, Coureur de Bois. Very good treasure, of course. Good economy boost. There we have the barracks of Shmras. Some houses, of course, going up. Okay, market here, barracks here. This is all pretty standard so far. I think he can't take the treasure yet because his hero is not has not enough health. He's probably gonna wait till he's 3rd. As you age up, your hero also gets more HP and also more health again. So then he can take that 90 foot over there. It's 200, 300, 400. He still has around 300 wood left. Let's see what he's gonna do with that later on. 2 more houses, so 100 wood left. Of course you need the population if you wanna spam shipments in the H3, 3rd age. We saw Shmras do different things here. He's now gonna push out with the janissaries because he knows sorry. He knows his opponent has no units yet. We can do damage here until the musketeers come out. This is very nice play. He was attacking this treasure before he aged up, but he timed it out exactly so that he would not die to the Guardian before he aged up and got the extra HP. So then he got the 90 foot a little bit faster. Always a good thing. He aids with the Abyss guns, as you see here, shipped them at the tower, so it's closer for them, closer distance to walk here. This is already a good thing. He takes down the trading post of the Spanish, so the Spanish has a slower XP rate now. I'm actually surprised that Garja didn't send his first musketeers to this area here just to try and buy some time, you know. He knows he can't push into this tower, he knows he is probably gonna face Abyss aging up, but he can still do perhaps a little bit of damage, or at least buy him some time and then just go back. That's what I would do. He aids with the 4 hussars you see here. They're coming in and doing a little bit of raiding. Shmras shipped his cannons, so he's going for the standard thing, making janissaries, upgrading them as you see, and then gonna push on the Spanish with 2 cannons. He killed 1 villager here, a little bit sloppy perhaps. Shmras here now trying to get this raid. You're gonna wonder perhaps why he's bringing his cannons for this. He's not gonna really use his cannons to catch the hussars, of course, but he can't let his cannons here on the outside because then they might get catched by some lancers or whatever cavalry from Garja. You see here, however, that he's splitting up his army. Okay, the cannons the cannons get out a couple of shots. I don't really like this because he lost HP on the cannons. That can matter in the next battle. But he split up his army. The Abyss guns were over here, the janissaries were over here. He tried to trap the hussars there. Meanwhile, of course, while Shmras' army is now out of position, Garja is gonna push out here and try to do some damage. He has some skirmishers. He made them, of course. Spanish has no shipment. So he can do a little bit of damage to his infantry until the cannons are in position. The cannon war comes down to a lot of micro. You see, both of them are gonna put them in the shoot mode already, and then it's gonna go like you're gonna try to go a little bit forward, both of them, and try to snipe off his cannons if you can. However, you don't want to get picked off in this case by Abyss gun or lancers. Garja saw that he could take out a little bit here. He took some shots. While he immediately pulled back because the cannons have to reload. If he would stay there, the cannons of Shmras would have got shots on his cannons. This is very micro-intensive here. Here you see him doing the same thing. Shoot a couple of times, go back with the cannons, and now this is gonna... Let's see who's... Okay, Shmras got the first shot. He can shoot now, but should go back. Okay, he's gonna lose his cannon. That's gonna matter a lot. A little bit of a better, not per se micro, but I think more positioning of Shmras. He clicked. Yeah, okay, micro a little bit better because he clicked faster as well. You see here that Shmras is obviously using 3 control groups: cannon, janissaries, and Abyss gun. The good thing with Ottomans is that you can like pressure the other guy a little bit more than they can pressure you. Of course, they can come in with their lancers, but you always have the janissaries to defend, and if you do it properly, they really can't touch the cannon. At least not at this phase, not so early with so few units. However, the Ottoman has the Abyss guns. They are a ranged unit, and they can take down cannons as well. They don't die that fast to cannon shots. I mean, they can take a couple of hits, as you saw before, but they can do serious damage because they do siege damage. So they can take down half the HP of a cannon if you are not careful. And half the HP of a cannon is 1 cannon shot. Okay, back to what's going on. Garja here going for these hunts. He still have these to get in, of course. I would have preferred to see him hurting this one as well, so he's always safe. You don't know who's gonna push in here first, so... He could have got this like over here by now. With 1 villager, it's enough. Anyway, Shmras, of course, here herding in his other hunt as well. Tower is getting repaired. It's very good. I think what he's expecting now is that Garja has to find a way in which he can kill off the cannons. There are several options for him. One is to just have a big mass, you know, of lancers and try to come around from like 2 angles here and here and take down the cannon, or a lot of infantry. The other option is that he ships his boats over here. Or over here in a good angle. That means if the cannon is over here, it's not that useful, but if the cannon is here and you would ship the boats now, you can of course take down the cannon. Then it would be very good if his tower has a lot of HP, because his tower can then shoot at the boats and do a lot of damage himself. A little bit of scouting going on with the Tomahawk here from Shmras. Meanwhile, no sea boom yet, no other trading posts. That's because Shmras want to put some pressure. I think he also shipped the 8 Janissaries, rather than, for example, 1000 wood to go for more trading posts. Right now he took down the trading post of the Spanish, so with still 1 trading post he is okay. What I would have liked to see perhaps is if these pikemen would take down this trading post. I don't think the pikemen are that useful versus so many Janissaries. I think he would just defend here with a town center, tower, minutemen, make lancer, skirmishers, ship the stuff, rodoleros perhaps, and he could, I think he could try to take down a trading post. If Shmras then puts in, you could take down a trading post. If Shmras goes back and try to defend it, you buy yourself some time of making more units. This is a very weird thing. He's trying to raid here. Not really gonna work. Okay, he's gonna... You have to keep in mind, raiding is good, but if you raid with so many lancers, you let yourself get caught out of position. Shmras is gonna build a second outpost here to secure this pond and any ships that Garja is gonna send here. But because Garja took out so many lancers to raid, he has to be very, very careful. You see here that Shmras probably used the 1k coin shipment and now the Mamelukes. Very strong shipment as we saw before. He's probably still scouting over here to make sure no lancers are left behind to raid on later on. I think I discussed it and told it before, and you saw in my own games as well. I prefer raiding with like 3 or 4 cavalry at max in these situations. You will take down 1 or 2 villages anyway, or make sure the other ones ran to their town center to hide. If you raid with what did they do? You raid with 10 lancers. You won't kill that many villagers anyway. You won't do much more damage, but you will risk getting trapped, getting caught out of position, risk not having enough units at home to defend, etc. Here I would like to see a house of Garja to just get more line of sight. You know, I know why he's building them all there. If he would have a house here, he could get his villages back on time. Okay, here we have the cannon. It's gonna be taken down by the ship, but he still has to run, of course, because there's too much firepower. He lost 2 or 3 villagers, I think 2, and a lot of gathering time, of course, because he can't gather at this hunt now. If he would herded this hunt in before, he would be in a lot better position. The thing is, if then the Ottoman pushes here, you can get your villages here. If the Ottoman pushes here, like he does now, you can still gather here, or at least it would be closer, like around this area. Anyway, Shmras is gonna push. He sent his own frigate. He's gonna win because this frigate was already damaged and he got the surprise advantage, so always gets a shot off earlier. I think if Garja would put the ship over here, his tower could attack the boat of Shmras, so that's a little bit of a mistake in my opinion. Meanwhile, Shmras pushing in. The cavalry is trying to go into the skirmishers, while at the same time going back to lure out the pikemen and the rodoleros so the Janissaries can shoot them. Of course, Mamelukes have so much HP, so they live very long, but you wanna... the musketeers and rodoleros should be focused on the Mamelukes, and the skirmishers should focus on the Janissaries. It's also an option to use the lancers here, a little bit of Miss Marco, to use the lancers to block the cavalry here. Of course, lancers do good versus Janissaries, so you want to have them aim the Janissaries. But if you have not enough anti-cavalry left, you want to block these Mamelukes from killing the skirmishers. You need the skirmishers to take out the Janissaries. It's better than losing. You better lose 1 or 2 lancers and block off the Mamelukes. And keep your skirmishers alive in this case, in my opinion. This is always a rough part, a rough phase for the Spanish, because Mamelukes are so strong. When they are killed, it's much easier to continue this. He forgets these lancers. He also didn't call minutemen. A little bit not going so well. Still not using the lancers. Well, Leros are attacking the Mamelukes now, that's good, but meanwhile the Janissaries just kill everything. He should have called out Minutemen here, and of course use Lancers. It would still be like in favor of Shmras. It's not like these Lancers would turn the battle, but if he would have called down... let's go back to this point. I can't talk about this too long because we have a next game coming up, but they were pushing... Shmras was coming in from this side. The best thing to defend is not fight here, but run immediately straight back to here, this area. In this area, your skirmishers can do much better. The Mamelukes can't go in that easy because they have to go to a choke point like here or like here. That means your Rodlero and Pikemen can easier block off the Mamelukes. Your Lancers could perhaps go around because you don't... If the area is open as this, you need more Lancers to block off the Mamelukes because your Rodleros won't always be able to. If it's a closer area, your Rodleros can be, you know... protect here the skirmishers. The Lancers can go from this side, they can go around from this side and do damage to the Janissaries. Another thing, he can call down Minutemen here and try to block off this part as well. Then you have this blocked. The tower here will also do damage if you fight here, not if you fight here or whatever he's doing. So, good game. I think Garja made some mistakes, but it was hard anyway for his Mamelukes. So, a lot of talking. I hope you can still follow it and it's not too much talking. Next game coming up, Spain Mirror seems to be the case here. Oh, my color disappears. Just to make sure no bugs carry. And by the way, as you see last game, I talked in the start about the mines. They were a little bit in favor of Shmras, but the game didn't go that far yet. That would be a difference. That much of a difference in resources and in what both players could gather. However, with these two players and being the finals and all and the high skill level, you always have to take into account that the game can go for like 40 minutes and you want to have as balanced a map as possible. Shmras now won with Ottomans, so he can't take Ottomans again. Garja can, of course. Oh, 90 viewers, so. Yep, this is going to be a very nice finals. Like I said, I hope we see a lot of non-Spain Otto as well. I don't know yet, because as the rules are now, they can also pick Ottomans in Spain all the time, I think. But let's see, it was still a nice game, the last one. I just relogged here to be sure everything is not bugged. Okay, next up, Spain Mirror. Map is Saganai. Has C, of course. Both Spain can go for C, but it's not likely to happen. I think both just go for a straight fast fortress and gonna play on land from there. Of course, like the previous game we had, Garja opted for a C deck. The good thing about having a C deck is that you can always still go for C later on in the game if there are no more resources or if you're under a lot of pressure and don't have map control. So, 1, 2, 3 mines, 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's pretty fair. 1, 2, 4. Would say that the food is, wait a second. I paused the game, and Garja said as well. I think his hunts are not fair. Garja has, I mean, Shmras have much better hunts. Again, with the skill level of these players, it's probably gonna be a longer game, especially in the mirror. So they have to rehost to get a real good game. I agree with that.
Yes.
Okay, second try here. Same map, same civilizations, of course. I hate these stupid map things. Okay, this is still fair enough. I think he has. Who's this? Garja has 2 hunts, but they're a little bit smaller. Shmras has a bigger hunt, has 1 hunt, but it's bigger. Mine's 1, 2, 3, pretty fair. Yeah, that's 1 in the back, 1 more front. This is fair enough, I think, to just continue with this. He can hunt in this one later, but Shmras has to hurt in this one, which is also far. Probably gonna come down to trading of a tower from one here, from the other there. Here is 2000, and here is 4000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's. I think it's not the best map, yes, but it's fair as it is. Both have not so good hunts, to me. One thing is that Shmras of course have these, which is a little bit easier to herd back to his town center than these because of the pond, but he has one more here. Like I said, it's not good, but it's fair, in my opinion. Yeah, it's okay. Well, now that we had that, let's see what's going on here. Sorry for the delay and stuff. Both are of course chopping a lot of wood now. I wonder how this is gonna play out. Shmras really has a lot of villagers on wood. Let's see the decks first of all. Garja, the option to go for C again. The rest is pretty standard. Shmras has an extra cannons. Both have one factory only. Shmras does have the boats, however he has no sea card himself, like cheaper boats. Okay, he got all the wood to go for the trading post fast. I wonder what Garja is doing. He rescued the settler somewhere over here. That's of course always a nice eco boost. Yeah, the thing is just, if the map is like this, like I said, it's not the best map. However, I still think it's fair enough. So what you have to do is just play accordingly. It probably means you would have to play a little bit more aggressive, because you know you don't have the best herds. Shmras is already bringing in this other hunt. Garja not yet. When I saw it, when I looked at this at minute 1 or so, they both had the hunt around the same distance from the town center. He's just gonna post his outpost here, defend this area, and still have these resources. I think Garja should just... he's gonna go for water. I think he should just hurt this. If he doesn't hurt this, in my opinion, is just like a mistake of his own. Okay, in the meantime he also got the trading post up. Another option is of course that he decides to go for C because he has bad hunts, but I doubt it. Anyway, we see 700 gold here, both of them going for the straight FF thing again, Fast Fortress. One villager is over here, that was the one that is rescued from the treasure. Of course you don't want to put it on food right away, because then if the other players scout the map, they will know you're gathering food here, and they immediately can send cavalry to it to kill it. On the other hand, a gold mine is also quite obvious, so I would actually just run it home or get wood like in some corner. But okay, anyway. Here we have Garja made 2 dogs, I think. Yeah, he didn't get any treasure. He's gonna try down take Shmras' explorer now. 700 wood shipment from both, of course, as the second one allows you to get the Rexes up and some houses, etc. We see here already that Shmras is, in my opinion, playing a little bit better according to the bad map as it is, in that he's going a little bit more aggressive, at least with his buildings. Units will come out closer to the other guy. Shmras of Garja going more defensive with his wrecks. I don't know why he's putting his tower there, because Shmras has no real sea deck, so he's not likely to go for a sea boom anyway. It's a little bit weird to me. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Okay, he shipped the Rolleros, both of them did. Shmras made some more dogs, so... Okay, but here the Musketeers pop out. Same probably for him soon. He has to back off, of course. Musketeer is gonna kill Rolleros very fast. He made the dog, so he has Musketeers later. Gonna hide near this tower. That means the Garja should not be pushing in. There are the Musketeers coming. Okay, now both have the Musketeers. Shmras has the tower. Shmras also had more dogs. This is not a fight actually that you want to pick as being Garja, I would say. Both going to Fortress with the Python. Again, still fighting in range of this tower. You see how much damage also the dogs can do here in melee mode. Of course, they prevent the Musketeers from shooting. Just a second. They prevent the Musketeers from doing range damage because they have to attack the dogs in melee or they have to target another unit. So it's always good to use your dogs here. One big mistake here of Garja is, first of all, fighting a lost battle because Shmras had more. I mean, you should never fight a losing battle when you get outmassed. Also, he fought near this tower. And also, he didn't pull back to fight near this tower. Tower does, what is it, 30 damage or something. It's a lot. He had like, I don't know, 8-10 shots off in total. Okay, here he's gonna pick up his treasure. Shmras is. I wonder who's gonna go for cavalry here. Okay, he shipped 4 lancers. He is adding skirmishers. Of course, if you can micro well and are good at multitasking, you know, and fast enough with the mouse, a unit combination with more units, like 3 units, for example, Scare, Musk, Lancer, is almost always better if you can micro it, because you have the right units to target each specific unit of them. But this, of course, assuming that it's more or less even battle, and not that you get messed out because you have a bad economy or something. Anyway, we see that he shipped the Lancers, and this is going to be hard for Shmras. It's a good choice. He shipped both Lancers, Garja did. That means he's going to have the advantage of cavalry. The skirmishers can take down these anti-cavalry fairly easy. I don't know why he waited so long, but okay. He's going to take down the cannons now. Okay, that's too bad. Okay, I think he shouldn't have gone...
No.
Just last comment here. First of all, this fight over here, I think Garja didn't do that well. And here, he went all the way down here with the Lancers. I don't know why. I think he should have gone straight down to the cannons, then try to pick them off while using the skirmishers to get the anti-cavalry. Of course, Shmras used the Rodolero shipment to protect this. I think, like Garja said, he fucked up a little bit. It shouldn't have gone this way like that. He still can go back. He still has his cannons alive. Can ship arrows as well and come back later. But okay. We're going into the next game. Just to make sure, I'm gonna mention what I wrote after the game. I don't know if both of them read it. Yeah, I don't know, lazy could be one of the other. Okay, he can't use Spain, I think, because he used Spain twice, so maybe he can use Spain in the next matchup. Anyway, it's gonna be French mirror now on Bayou. Yeah, it's always hard to get perfectly balanced maps with Age of Empires 3 here. That's why I said before, I'm trying to work out with some to work this out with some guy and make you know, a map that's more like StarCraft 2, so it can be really good, really well balanced. Anyway, 2 gold mines here for Garja, and third one a little bit further. That's pretty fair. Shmras has a little advantage, but not much. The food is 1 there for Shmras. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think it's, yeah, pretty much same distance. A little bit further. But, yeah, I think it's, his second hunt is a little bit closer, but Shmras' third hunt is a little bit closer. I think this is, if you heard this once or twice, the deer is already over here. I think this should be fair. Fair map. Wood, yeah, also fair enough. Okay, so we can start off with this. What do we have here? French mirror. Like I said before, treasures are here. 100 roots, very good one. He's probably gonna scout this soon. This is also a good one to take later. The 235 coin, and here we have the food. Garja, is this only with 3 crocodiles on classic? Or was there a pirate? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is also a very good treasure, of course. Maybe Garja shot already one of the guardians. He probably did, and then he's gonna try the other one later. Now that Shmras is scouting this, he might come back for it. There you go. That's always a thing about French. You have 2 scouts, so you can scout a little. You can scout the map very fast. He should kill this one. I don't know why he's. Okay. He probably gonna get it just not in time. Oh, that sucks. That means that Shmras is gonna get it. That's 160 wood. That's a big advantage. The problem with these treasures is, like I said before, if you know you're playing a good player, you know they will scout them, the map. That's why I find it very risky to go for a treasure like this, a big treasure like this, so early on in the game, when you have nothing like a cavalry to help out or a dog, like we saw Yumiyu early on with the dog card as he was Russia. If you are French, what will you do? Shmras starts here. He probably is gonna send his scout that walks this path, so like this, and he's gonna use his hero, is gonna scout like this. And then they're both gonna walk to the middle here from this, and then you have half the map scouted in like 30 seconds. That means this treasure is close to Shmras, so I don't know why he's gonna try to take it. It's, yeah, you can say it's not his day. It was of course bad luck. I think it's more of a mistake of his own, to be honest. And of course, good from Shmras to come back immediately and to scout this this part as he did. This is still left over for Shmras to take. I'm pretty sure he scouted it. But oh wait, he's going for this one. That's another thing. Now that you know that your hero, that you killed the hero of your opponent, you know that he has much less scouting ability than you have. Also, he's not gonna get these treasures, like you can now get them for free. You have nothing to worry about, yeah, except perhaps a villager walking over here. So you have to take that into account as well if you try to go for a big treasure like this. Okay. Anyway, that's already gonna be hard to start up in a mirror with 160 wood disadvantage. It's basically steel traps for free and half a house. But okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. Both of course starting... Wait, I say of course. Oh yeah. Both of course starting with the market. Like I said before, with French you want to start with the market like almost every time. Here Shmras trying to bring up his hunts. As you see, you shoot down, you shoot at the hunt which is at full HP, because two of these French villager shots kill a hunt. So you want to shoot down the one with full HP first, so you can keep hurling it back to your town center, not killing it. Bringing in this hunt as well. Meanwhile, Garja gonna rescue his explorer here. This is interesting. Shmras is like bringing... okay, all these hunts are mine, he's saying. This one he's gonna bring in, this one he's gonna bring in, and this one. Funny thing is, it seems that Garja is going for a rush. Shmras hasn't scouted it yet, but he also about to get 225 food. This is so much in treasures, it's not good, but okay, anyway, it's the way it is. Let's see what's coming in. It's probably gonna be X-bow pike rush, as we see. If you are his opponent, you always should try to scout his town center. You can see what might be coming. For example, what he's shipping, 700 wood or not. If his villagers are on wood or on food or on gold. If he wants to do a musk rush, his villagers have to be on gold. You see everything on food and wood, so it's probably gonna be X-bow pike. He did scout it now, Shmras. He walked over here. That means he should probably be very careful with this villager. Shmras is gonna start off with the standard stuff, 700 wood first, make musketeers and hussars both. I don't know if Garja scouted it. His hero is here, I think he scouted it, and that's why he's gonna start with pikemen first. Scout of Shmras still staying there. If there are musketeers popping out, he has a problem. He has to back off for a little bit, like now. This is awkward. I think he should have started with 5 X-bow perhaps to, you know, do a little bit of damage to the musketeers. Anyway, he still is fine. He has the X-bows now, and of course this is Nilla, so crossbowmen do a little bit better versus cavalry than they should, or at least than they do in Nilla. And TAD, I mean. Keep in mind though, there's this whole 160 wood and 225 food is a big advantage for Shmras. So he can still pump out a lot of units pretty shortly. He wants to save this Rex. He is probably units training. He's calling down Minutemen now. You don't want to lose it at this point in the game. You see that, of course, that the hussars are trying to get to the crossbowmen. Meanwhile, the pikemen are blocking off the path to the crossbowmen. And of course, what you should do here, and that I like a lot, is he's trying to target down the hussars with the crossbowmen. As soon as the hussars are down and you have outmassed him with crossbowmen, you can just micro your way back. A lot of people here are not gonna target down the hussars and let the pike do it, and then they end up at some point with not enough pikemen and hussars are coming in, and I think it's not the best. You see that Shmras has now stopped huss production for a little bit and is going for crossbowmen himself. Of course, he shipped 700 wood, so he still has the option to make enough crossbowmen. I think that Garja can't be sure, by the way. I'm an observer perspective, so I see that he's making crossbowmen. It could be that he was training some more hussars. He should be doing that right now, I think. But then keep in mind, if you have crossbowmen in a big mass, 4 hussars are not gonna do much. You need to have 5 or more at least to kill this off, so it seems that Shmras now wants to go for crossbowmen himself. Adding some more pikemen just to be sure. I think he shipped 600 wood after. To get the best spam going. Or is this a second shipment? Not sure. Anyway, more pressure coming up. Shmras shipped his 8 X-bow. He has quite a nice army now, so Garja definitely has to back off. But while you back off, as you see here, you try to shoot as much as possible. You shoot, you run back, you shoot, you run back, etc. If you can take out as many cavalry while doing this, you are in a much better position. Don't ever just run back unless you really have to get out. So now it's gonna be a lot of crossbowmen, and it's gonna matter a lot who has the most crossbowmen and who's gonna have the best positioning. And micro, of course. What you see here, like I said before, Shmras is more a TAD player, I think. He plays some Classic as well, but if you had the same combination with the 4 hussars he had on TAD, you would do better than on Classic. The 3 hussars he had now, with so many crossbowmen, you're just gonna shoot, run back, and as you saw, he killed like all the hussars before they really did any damage. That's why I said either go for more crossbowmen, or wait before you have a bigger hussar mass and then go in. That's my opinion, at least. You see now that Garja is not trying to push pressure on this barracks anymore, but he wants to deny Shmras from getting resources over here. It's always a good thing. If you limit your opponent in gathering food and stuff, you will make sure that he has not as big as an army as he could have. Neither one of them really wants to commit here. I think if Shmras, Garja, I'm always fucking this up, guys. Garja seems so more English than Garja, or whatever he wants me to pronounce it. Anyway, he wants to have some more mass before he wants to push in. I think Shmras did ship 3 hussars there. Not sure he made them. Anyway, this is a decent amount of hussars to try to push in. He's gonna push in on the X-bows, trying to lure out the pikemen. But while the pikemen come, as you see here, he's gonna run away, let the crossbowmen shoot the pikemen. That's the main micro going on here. While I said before he should kill the cavalry, he now has enough pikemen to fend off this cavalry. If he now is not gonna shoot the crossbows, it means would have too many crossbowmen left. That's a thing you have to keep in mind. At this point, use the pikemen on the cavalry and use the crossbowmen on the crossbowmen. The thing I said only applies when you have few pikemen and you can hit and run. Here he was using a little bit of cover mode, so they can take much more damage, the pikemen. But you see that they are getting slowed down so much also. Right now Shmras has more crossbows than Garja. So he's gonna have the advantage here. I'm not okay. I'm not sure whether Garja shipped 600 wood or 8 crossbowmen first. In my opinion, you should just ship the 600 wood and get the best mass out. Anyway, more cavalry on the way. What now matters a lot also is who has the upgrades. For example, in Gathering Wood for the crossbowman. Since Garja started off with going for the crossbowman strat in the first place, he probably has the gangster upgrade already. Shmras on the other hand, I'm not sure. I think he did it already because of the treasure, otherwise he might have not, because he was going for musketeer and hussar. And then you don't always want to go for the first wood upgrade. Let's take a quick look at the army count. Village count here, Garja a little bit ahead. Shmras cut fills here to fend off that unit pressure from Garja. If he did not, he might have lost more units or the Rex. Army count is very similar. Garja now shipped his 3 hussars as well. So I would say Garja is in a little bit of a better position because of the economic lead, but it's only slightly. And what the funny thing is, this hunt, it started off like here. Garja could have brought it to his town center, but it seems that Shmras is gonna say, no, every hunt on this map is for me. He brought in like every hunt possible. If you fight with crossbow versus crossbow like this, what is very important in micro is that you move your group by clicking like in front of it and not here, where my mouse is now. If you keep clicking in front, you will move in a horizontal line like Shmras is doing now, or did. If you then use attack move, you will have a horizontal line and you attack more of the units of your opponent. If you attack in a vertical line, you will have a lot of crossbowmen shooting at only 1 or 2 of your opponent's crossbowmen. Likewise, what you want to do is perhaps if there's a big battle going on, that's not the case yet, there's now only some poking back and forth. But if there's a big battle going on, you want to try to put 1 or 2 crossbowmen in front. In that case, if your opponent is using too much attack move instead of manually micro, he will waste a lot of fire because all the firepower is going to 1 or 2 crossbowmen that you pulled in front, and then he's wasting fire by not attacking the other ones. But that is only working in some situations, it depends on how it goes. You see that here, Garja is now also clicking very close to his group. He wants to keep moving in a horizontal line. However, I'm not sure what he's doing here. Depending on how fast you are, of course, you can... sorry, there's a little bit of raiding going on here. Depending on how fast you are, you can of course make little groups like 6, 6, 7, 8 crossbow to target 1, 6, 7 on the other, etc. This is very nice play. We have the main battle going on, both of them microing here, both of them microing at the raids that are happening. Garja did really a good job in like defending here and making sure that he can still gather at this point. He's now find that Shmras is getting over there, so he's gonna get the villagers. However, Shmras has more cavalry. He still has his stable up. He can make more cavalry, as he will do now. But this is gonna be hard for Garja. He gets some free units over here. I think it would be better if this cavalry would have stayed here to trap the raiding cavalry. Once you get rid of this, you don't have to worry about the raiding cavalry as much as Garja has, because Garja has no stable and Shmras has. So if you can kill this off, you're in such a good position. No annoying raids anymore, and you can later on deal with this. So a little bit of a mistake from Shmras, in my opinion. But okay, still he seems he's gonna catch it all. Also, Shmras' hero is here. In my opinion, you should use your hero in battle. A lot of people don't. I think it was in the Yumiu versus Garja games before that I saw Yumiu using it really well. Your hero is 500 HP. It does decent damage, but mainly the HP. It can tank so much damage. It can be so useful in battle. I don't think it has to scout much over here. Okay, now you see he's probably gonna take his hero back to the main battle. This is gonna be really... Why you move your pikeman in front here? Maybe it was a lag issue, I don't know. He has so much cavalry that Garja wants to target down his cavalry first, because he knows he has more crossbowmen. So what he has to do is deal with his cavalry first, using the pikemen and crossbowmen. And as long as he maintains the crossbowman lead, he can still win after the hussars are dead. A little bit of lag going on now here. So many crossbowmen firing. Here you see the problem. That lag affects probably the cavalry player, which is Shmras, more than Garja, because it's harder to micro the cavalry back. But Garja just has a huge crossbow mass, and crossbowmen don't do as good versus cavalry as they do in Nilla, I mean in TLE. So I think Shmras should have made more crossbowmen here. The extra hussars he made, it's the same thing going on over and over. He made 3 more, he sent them to here, and almost immediately they died, because there's just too many crossbowmen here. This is a really rough spot. I think it's gonna be GG anytime soon. Shmras still gathering here. Of course, he's not raiding anymore because he uses cavalry in the main battle. And meanwhile, we see that Garja has added a stable. It's still not won, but it's Garja is just in a very, very good position here. One of the things Shmras can do to come back is get a good raid, like here, or for example, what he's doing now. While just trying to hold off here and, you know, pick up some expo. That's always good, but don't commit. He can't commit to this. Keep raiding. That's a good thing here. What is also interesting is any one of them has the crossbowman card. This is Garja's deck. He has the crossbowman card, and Shmras went for Musk-Hus. He has not. That matters a lot because his crossbowmen now have 110 HP and his crossbowman has only 100 HP. So of course with like 50 crossbowmen that's gonna be a lot. It's like 50 crossbowmen? It's 500 more HP, not that much. But still it matters a lot in microing back and forth. Now Garja is adding cavalry of himself. Trying to catch the raids and of course raid also on Shmras. Here crossbowmen are split up. He has enough crossbowmen over here to know, to just keep pressuring this position. So he can use some of them to raid. I guess this is probably a group of 50 anyway. Meanwhile, Shmras uses other cavalry here to catch the raids. It's still quite close game to be honest. I still think Garja has the advantage. But Shmras should go raiding immediately. Watch out with this cavalry, it's bad pathing here. Oh no. He got lucky that Garja didn't see it before. I still think Shmras should not go in yet. There's too many crossbowmen. He should raid much more. Try to come from the other side, from this side. That's his only way to win. Keep the raids up, and while keeping the raids up, mass more crossbowmen. Or perhaps H, but massing more is the better choice, I think. What I would also like to see here is now that he has... the thing is, as soon as your opponent has a stable up, you can expect 5-5 cav coming in, as is happening now. Then it's more risky to raid with 2 or 3 cavalry because you might get trapped too easy. However, now that he has 9 or 10 cavalry himself, I would prefer to see like 5 cavalry raiding here, 5 cavalry raiding there. The more you can raid in different sides, it requires more multitasking of course, but the more you can raid in different sides, the more you can pressure your opponent and wear him down, that he's gonna be fighting in several different places. Okay, here we see that Shmras is losing his villagers over here. Yeah, it was bound to happen, it's very risky. On the other hand, he's saying, hey look, I'm over here. He's gonna take down villagers of Garja. Then, in turn, Garja is gonna raid over here. If he sees it, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure Shmras doesn't want to really commit to this battle. He's more like trying to kill as many villagers as possible. If Garja comes with his whole army, Shmras should just go back. Of course, it's hard to find raids here. You have the gold mines you can take because everyone wants to make cavalry, but it's hard to find out where the other guy is gathering his wood. Look, this is so perfect. Village is back on time. New cavalry popping out, chasing this down. Let's see, both have... let me quickly check. Garja has no cavalry card, and Shmras has no cavalry card either, so that's not gonna matter anything. Shmras still getting that gold over there. I like how Shmras is distributing his villagers. Several places at once. Of course, you have to be good at multitasking, but if you use house line of sight and stuff like that, and you're fast enough, you can always gather at a safe place. If he's pushing on one point, for example here, you get it here. If he's pushing here, you get it there, etc. Okay, this is... still Garja has the score lead, of course, and the economy lead, but he was almost caught out of position here. He maneuvered back in time, and this is probably gonna be game over here. Too many crossbowmen, that's just gonna kill all these hussars. That's why crossbowmen should have a negative multiplier. I see a little bit of lag here. So much crossbowman fire going on. Of course, micro's still going on like I explained before. I'm not gonna say it all over again. He's gonna try this hussars, and with the left side of the crossbowman he's gonna try down to kill these ones. No gold here. Last hussars coming in. This is gonna be game over. There were raids on both sides, both killed villagers, but in the end Garja's economic lead mainly led him to this victory over here. And the fact that I think that Shmras in the start, he made not per se too many hussars. I just think that he attacked too soon with too few hussars into too many crossbowmen. Okay, GG. And of course the crossbowman card from Garja, giving him 10 more HP. That helps out as well. Pretty similar overall. It's actually quite interesting given that Shmras had the treasure. Garja had a food treasure as well, but not as big. On the other hand, Garja was starting off with the resource crates more because he was doing expo spam, so it's a very similar game, very similar resources, very close game. Was a nice watch. It's getting later and later for Shmras, so let's just keep this going. Okay, so we have another Spanish versus Ottomans here. On Yukon this time. It's gonna gonna be a close game. Of course, Ottoman is always strong. Has a trading post thing he can get. On the other hand, Spain can also get a trading post. Of course, can use the dog to get the treasures that are on the left side of the map. Very good, strong treasures. Both of them can apply pressure and take the map. For example, I think Dutch has a harder time on this map. Garja Lancer Rush. Tell him then in an ISO. Okay, they didn't change. Yeah, so Spanish versus Ottomans. No objects to place with water type. Yes. Okay, so this hurt is hurtable. It's pretty. He has a third mine though. Shmras doesn't have a third mine. But the third mine is semi in the middle. He has 3 hunts though. Shmras can hurt this one, and this one pretty okay I think. And he can hurt this one and this one, so then it's gonna be more of a fight for this. Garja has 1 extra mine, but both have at least 2 mines. So I think it's fair enough. If I look on my screen and like draw a square here, it goes from the edge of the town center to the edge of the hunt, and it's almost the same here. Although Silly Age of Empire maps. If the Ottomans would do some kind of rush, he can still be okay with these hunts, but this first hunt was near a trading post when the game started, so I thought like, okay, if he just okay, let's see how it's gonna go now. Two hunts pretty close. This one is hurtable. This one, that's the bisons, he can hurt that as well. This is the starting hunt, so that's fair. I think 1 mine, 2 mine, 1 mine, second mine. Okay, this is in the middle. This is the one to fight for. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so again, of course, Ottomans going here for the early trading post, as always. Garja already going to the other side straight away. As you all know, the best treasures on Yukon are on this side of the map. Spanish has the advantage to build some dogs here, to make some dogs and really get good treasures. Shmras now also coming to join the party over here. This one is very good. This one as well. The French village is always good, of course. It's a very good economic boost for the long term. And here you have 80 food still and 90 coin. So let's see how. Oh, 150 coin also very good. What Garja probably want to do here as well is not take all treasures right away, but trying to scout whichever treasure Shmras want to go for, like he's doing now. As he knows Shmras will also come to this side of the map. He knows that if he finds his explorer, he will win. He has an explorer and 2 dogs and even the option to make more dogs. And now he's just gonna get this treasure here for free, I think. So Shmras has to run away, no treasure for him. He can still take this one later, of course, while Garja is busy with it. Also, some point in time, you also have to check the map over here. You know, sorry, you know, to see where the hunts are for the other player, where the mines are, where possible tower placements could be, etc. As I told before, this is a more aggressive map. You can do several things here. Of course, since both are since they are Spanish and Ottomans, and the first fortress is still likely. But the Ottomans can also go for a rush here, like to Rex Janissary or Janissary and Abusgan. Still an option. Okay, Garja is aging already. Shmras as well. Garja took then the 150 food, and now he's also gonna take the 150 coin. That's quite a boost. Shmras bringing in both herds. Second one now here. Garja not bringing in any herd yet. None of the second herds. We saw in the previous game as well that Shmras is really, onto it, trying to get in the hunts as close as possible and as fast as possible. Keep herding and herd early on. There Garja goes. Okay, Shmras can still take this one if he scouted it. Garja had the 150 coin, and now he's gonna get his hero back, I think. Where is the thing? I like it's a start. Oh, here. It's building a second trading post. The dog's gonna do some scouting. And the wolf. Buck the tame wolf. You see here how active Shmras is with his herds. Much more active than Garja. Garja could have already clicked here another time and herd is more towards his town center. But he brought in the other hunt, that's a good thing. Come on, click. Forward outpost from Shmras, so he's going for this straight FF thing again. Garja, I don't know. He didn't scout it yet, but okay, he had a little misclick perhaps. Another shot here. He scouted this tower, so he's probably gonna put it exactly over here. And it's also gonna be a fast fortress from the Spanish. So, first 5 minutes of the game I can just copy the comments I made in the other game. It's gonna be exactly the same thing. Okay, this is now a lot better. He gets his herd close. And meanwhile we see Shmras, of course, doing the same thing. What happened to his dog? Got killed? Also, this French villager is now bringing in the other hunt from the other side. This is the last, one of the last times he has to herd it. Next, nicely next to his town center now. Shmras should steal his villager and get this one in. 700 wood, of course, pretty obvious like before. Getting the houses up, the market if needed, wanted. Yumiu commented about the Lancer rush in the stream. Let's see if anything like that is gonna happen here. There's a there's a barracks going up, so it can only be Lancer shipments then. It would perhaps be funny, yeah, because Shmras is so often going for the same thing. Janissaries, then the cannon. If you make all Lancers and make a stable and just ship Lancers, could work. I've seen him do this in every game, so... By the way, so far it is 2 for Shmras and 1 for Garja, I think, if I'm correct. This is the 4th game, not including any rehosts. Okay, he's trying to shoot the tower on the cavalry, aim the tower on the cavalry. Towers have bonus for his cavalry, so of course that's a good thing to do. Besides, the cavalry is also going to be very annoying to raid and to get cannons later, so you want to kill the cavalry off first anyway. He didn't ship his Abyss gun at the tower this time. That's a good move, of course, because the Spanish aced first, and he aced with the 4 hussars, not the 8 pikemen this time. So it's not safe if he would ship it over there. Here he put some Janissaries in melee mode to faster take down the cavalry and the artilleros. The Abyss gun trying to shoot down the musketeers. Not really succeeding because there was a lot of other lancers hitting the Abyss gun. He shipped 8 Janissaries at his tower now. He should target the tower on the lancers. Yeah, he's doing that, it seems. Because you want to take down the lancer first. Like I said before, lancers doing the most damage here versus the Janissary. So always take down that unit that's doing the most damage first. Take it out first. Now he has to go back because there are 5 skirmishers. That means that with decent, of course, good micro with both players have, he can just shoot and run on the Janissaries and like now, and Shmras can't do much. In this case, what you see here is that Shmras is trying to target the skirmisher, because now the skirmisher is the most annoying unit and he wants to take down that first. It's always which unit is worst, is doing the most damage to you, and which unit, that's the unit you should take down first. This is a bad move from Garja. He should have known that he can't go into that like that. Of course, Shmras is gonna put his Janissaries in melee mode to protect the cannon. So he lost a lot of HP and 2 lancers for nothing. That's not good. Upgraded the Janissaries in the meantime, so for now he's fine. But of course, Spanish gonna have 2 Falconet shipment as well. Actually, I think it would be better if he shipped the 2 Falconets rather than the 4 Lancer. Because you know that Ottoman doesn't have like the gold or food yet ready for Mameluke or Spahis, so he's gonna ship the 2 cannons, like 99% for sure. And even if he's gonna ship like 5 hussars or 5 Abyss gun, you still have enough units and a tower, I think, to protect the cannons. But okay, it's his decision. 5 Abyss gun to add here. I think he should push out right away now, but the longer he has his cannons and Garja has no cannons, the better it is. So any damage you can do to this tower and try to better secure this part of the map is always good. Okay, there he goes. Of course, cannons being put in that shoot mode. Trying to scout a little bit with the Abyss gun if there's any cannons coming out of this tower. But Garja is setting up far away. So this is all okay. And there goes the tower. Yeah, the thing is, neither one of them doesn't really have to push at this moment, and I think they're both a little bit scared of losing their cannons in a bad way. But the way it is now, Spain is in a disadvantage, in my opinion, because Shmras is just gonna wait, sit here. He has enough resources at home. He's just gonna wait before he can ship his Mamelukes, and then he's gonna push. So there you go with the coin. I think that's a misclick here. Should not be there, but at his town center. Anyway, there he sends a lot of villagers to get it quickly because he's scared of any push. Anyway, Spain has to try to do damage when it's easier to do damage. You know that the Mameluke shipment is coming, so I think if he can, he should try to do some damage now. He has a lot of skirmishes anyway. The longer he waits, I think the more the Ottoman gets an advantage here because of the Mamelukes. And then you have to deal with that, and we've seen before how hard that's going to be. Anyway, it's going to be another like 30 seconds before Mamelukes will arrive. So let's see if anything's gonna happen before that. A little bit of a raid going with these lancers. There's so many animals still at this town center, so it's not gonna be a problem. This tower, of course, same for Garja's tower before, it gives you not only map control, but also a lot of line of sight. And of course the option to ship units at the town center to have a stronger push, or have units closer and faster to your main army. Yeah, meanwhile he's just gonna make more Janissaries, to really cover the cannons from any mass lancer or whatever is coming. And to be honest, I think it's gonna be really hard for Garja to win this. No stable up yet, so he's only gonna be able to produce skirmishers and musketeers. Musketeers aren't upgraded, neither are the Rolleros. This is not raiding. Go do some raiding. Shmras just happy the way it is now. He's just gonna wait and sit here and wait for his Mameluke to come. You saw before that he put his skirmishers in that stagger mode. That means they are a little bit more space between each other, like he does now. So they won't get hit by as much cannon fire as if they're just close to each other, like you see here with the Janissaries. But the clock is ticking, There he's gonna raid a little bit with lancers. He could also train some extra dogs, or where is his hero? There. 5 additional dogs could still do a good job versus the Mamelukes that are about to come in. Anyway, I think he's gonna ship the Mamelukes from the tower now, and even if he would ship them straight away, it might still be that he is too late with moving in the other units. This is about the range of the cannons, by the way, so both of them are just outside cannon range. When are these Mameluke? Oh, there they are. Okay, well, this time Garja did change up a little bit. He went for a lot more Rolleros and he upgraded them. There still is the problem of Janissaries just doing very good for his Rolleros. But this is a lot about who micros better. The 2 cannons gonna be the main thing here. Skirmish is trying to pick off Janissaries, but also we have the Abyss gun, as I told before. They can pick off cannons as well. I think actually that now Garja should not engage, because there are Mamelukes out now. Okay, he gets a good shot. He gets the first shots. Okay, this is good. 1 cannon down. If he pulls this one back immediately after the shot. Okay, 2 cannons down. This is a good spot to be in. He kind of waited here with his cannons. He kind of, let Shmras push in. And that's what I said before. Shmras now sent Mameluke, so he wanted to push in. The longer Shmras now waits, the more it gets into the advantage of Garja again. Okay, meanwhile the cannons are shot anyway, by the Abyss gun mainly. They do crazy damage, stupid unit. This is gonna be very hard. He's moving in a better position now, like I explained before. If he stands here, the Mameluke are not as... can't get to the skirmishers that easy. But the skirmishers should definitely target Janissaries now, not Mamelukes. And there the Minutemen come. Even those 5 Abyss gun, they just completely kill these Rolleros. I think it was over anyway, but might be a little bit hard to micro with the lag through. It's about the timing and when your unit or when your civilization is the strongest. I feel right when the Mamelukes come out, the Ottomans have such a great advantage. That's also why I said I would consider, if I'm playing Spain, to ship out my cannons faster, to try to take down his cannons, or at least do more damage and not let him get such a big mass of Janissaries and ambush guns. Or like Yumiu proposed, go in with a lot of Lancers early and kind of rush into the Janissaries, because you know that if you have a lot of Rodoleros in the shipment and Lancers, you can still kill the Janissaries if they're not in a big mass. The bigger this mass gets, the ambush gun are like good. No, they are like OP. But if they are protected with so many Janissaries, then they are like twice as OP as they were before, because they just do free damage to everything they encounter. And of course the Mamelukes is really hard to micro. If you go for Rodoleros and Pikemen, the problem is, or the Rodoleros and Skirmishers, the problem is he just puts down these Mamelukes in front. Even if they take a couple of hits, it's no problem. Look here, 1450 HP and a lot of resistance versus Skirmishers. But you really have to take down the Janissaries with the Skirmishers, which is really, really hard to micro. Also, there are so many Janissaries that he can just move in, and as long as the Janissaries are in range, they still do decent damage versus Skirmishers. It's not like they suck that bad. I mean, they have still a decent base damage. So, the key here is more about when you attack and the unit composition you use, so the cards you choose to send, I feel. Anyway, good game. So that makes it 3-1, I think, for Shmras. That means Garja can play Spain again. It's gonna be Spain mirror. Shmras can't play Ottomans because he just won with Ottomans.
Yes.
Okay. Is it 4-1 already? I thought 3-1.
Yes.
Yes, so this was a best of 9. Since it's 3-1 for Shmras now, we still have a lot of games to go, I think. Best of 9 means you have to win 5 games first. Okay. 1 mine, 2 mine, 1 mine, 2 mine, third. It's other side of the river though, but this one is closer and this is similar. Yeah, gold is okay. 1, 2, 3. Garja. 1, 2. This is on the other side. That's not fair enough in my opinion. He also didn't have a first hunt, by the way. I was so focused on looking at the other hunts. It was totally imbalanced shit again. I really need to make these fixed maps. Okay, thanks Yumiu. Good tip. Totally forgot about it. I don't see why there should only be 9 record games anyway, but hey, it's a 10-year-old game, huh? So, here we are again. Pampas is the map. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Why is it 1, 2, 6? That's okay. 2 mines, third is there. Okay, the third for Shmras is a little bit in a disadvantage because it's. Oh well, he has the other one here as well. Okay, this is seems good. Map is balanced, so we can continue. Spanish versus for Shmras versus Spanish. Oh yeah, mirror or Garja. Well, I already talked about a lot of the standard things in the previous games. So actually, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly scan the treasures. Here we see a nice 100 wood. It's always good to have a Spanish. You get your trading post up earlier, or you have to gather less wood. This Coureur de Bois is very nice. The cow is of course 500 food worth later on. Not so many other treasures. So if Yumio gets this one and Yumio, if Garja gets this one, Shmras that one, it should still be pretty fair. Everything is just gonna be straightforward now. They're both gonna scout the map. In case one of the other heroes has low HP, of course you're gonna try and track it down. And that means I have 5 minutes now to get something to eat because I haven't in, I don't know, so long. So I'll be right back.
Y no puedo. Y no puedo moverme.
Okay, I'm back again. Sorry. To me, it seems that Shmras probably had a little bit better micro there, but also the main thing is that I feel that Garja overcommitted there a little bit next to the tower. The tower, of course, is a lot of HP. It's not easy to take down. In the mirror, you know that the other opponent has the same shipment as you, so you also know which shipment you can expect and at what time, kind of. And he decided to go aggressive, kind of, with his trading post here. What you see is that Shmras had his trading post here. I think that's a much better option because you're always safer to put it down here. What you see here is if you lose the battle, that means you lose your position and your trading post as well, like Garja now. If you would put it over here, like Shmras has on the other side, that gives you two more advantages. One is that you have a greater chance of your trading post being alive longer in the game. And the other thing is that if the other guy wants to go to the trading post over here, then you can still counterattack him, for example here, or whatever here where resources are, because his army is out of position. And yeah, I was kind of eating during that battle, but I didn't see all the exact orders in which the units were shipped. At some point Shmras had like 6 Rottleiros or something and 4 Lancer immediately after. So that seems like he had the shipment saved. And then immediately shipped those 2, and then Garja lost the battle at the tower. That's kind of how it went, but couldn't see everything on time. I hope you did. I had my screen there. Anyway, Garja in a rough spot, still not over yet. It's again about who controls the cannons the best. We see here though that Shmras is a lot more infantry skirmishers, so he has the upper hand in the coming battle. It seemed really good for Garja though. It seemed it was going good at first there, but I think he stayed at the tower a little bit too long, and Shmras was also you know, targeting the tower on the lancers like I told you before, or any other unit that he wanted to have dead first, and that also made a difference in how the battle turned out. And here, you know, there's just too many skirmishes for him to really commit and really go for this battle. The only chance would be to make, I think, a few more lancers and then go in, but as you see, Shmras, good player, he just goes back now. He knows it can be risky, he should go back and mass some more units first. Okay, he can't go back all the way, he got caught there. Still, nice micro, blocking off the lancers. His cannon shots were not the best. Now he's gonna target down these cannons. That is gonna be... Ah, come on. Target it down with the left cannon, man. Okay, that's probably gonna be over there. Not the best micro, I would say. And now he has an almost fully HP falconet versus no falconet and basically no army. So I have to look it back on stream or in a record, but I think at this tower here, micro was a thing. Shmras, you know, he went back, but he tried to do damage with the musketeers when he could. Also put some in melee mode, of course better versus lancer. And yeah, then it went pretty fast because he had one or two, I think he had 2 shipments coming out of this tower here, and that kind of overwhelmed Garja. And now you just have to let your cannon do the job. You can walk around a little bit with skirmishes, try to pick things off. But this is not gonna work, you can't push into this with just lancer and with arrow. He kills the cannon, okay, but... Okay, GG. That means it's 4-1 for Shmras. Okay, yeah, I can't go back in stream now, but I think I pretty much summed it up. At least that's as far as I could see what was going on, and it's just when you play someone in a mirror match, and especially Spain with all the fast shipments, you know what is coming. If you send 5 lancers, and they have, for example, the 7 rod shipment, you can kind of 99% know sure that he's gonna send a lancer shipment afterwards, especially if you have so many infantry, and if you're making skirmishes as well. If I'm not mistaken, some skirmishes were caught here and not really used in battle to the max, but unfortunate. I think he could have done better there. It was kind of... should have gone longer, that game. So that means it's 4-1 now. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Shmras going for Ottomans again. It might be the last game of this evening, no, afternoon, we are yet afternoon here. End of this series. If Shmras wins this, then it's gonna be 5-1. I hope not, so we can get more games, of course. And I also hope that we could get another game which has no Ottoman or Spain at all, which would make it even better. let's see if he can take a win and we get another 1, 2, 3 games perhaps. It's gonna be hard. Okay, Garja, whatever, is taking a little break here. Of course, they played a lot of games in a row. I know I've been streaming for like 8 hours or so. Anyway, it might be the last game of this finals and then even the tournament. So let's give him a little break and get him back focused again. Okay, last game coming up. This is gonna be the Garja is gonna play Dutch and Shmras is gonna play Ottomans on Yucatan here. This map has water, of course, again. But as we saw the previous game on Yucatan, no need to play water at all. You can just stick to land game. Anyway, let's see. 1, 2, 3 gold mines. Yeah, that is fair enough. 1, 2, 3 hunts. Yucatan is always a pretty balanced map. That's good. Ottoman going for trading post here. So what we had so far is, of course, the show matches of Yumio versus Lord Raphael before. For you guys that tuned in later, these show matches were as a, how you say that, substitute for the normal 3rd, 4th places matches that should have otherwise been played. They were nice games. They are on stream as well. It will be available later when I stop streaming. Then so far we have Shmras, who is up 4-1 versus Garja. Since this is a BO9, it means that one last game can be this can be the last game if he makes it 5-1. We had let me dig into my memory. We had a French mirror, which Garja won. The previous game was a Spain mirror, which Shmras won. We also had Spain versus Ottoman on Yukon, and that was won by Shmras as well. And we had a Spain mirror, Spain versus Otto on New England, and that was won by Shmras. And then we also had a Spain mirror somewhere in between, and I totally forgot how it went. Shmras won that obviously because it was his 4th win. But I don't know how it. What was the game again? I don't even remember the map. That's bad. That's bad. No, Yukon was the Ottoman versus Spain. Oh, Yucatan, that's the last game. Yeah, thank you, Martin Alonso. Yucatan, that was Garja was. Oh yeah, that was Yumio. Yumio was playing a Yucatan there. Oh, we haven't played Yellow River, you wash up, bro. Yeah, New England was Saguenay. Yeah, it was Saguenay, exactly. It was Saguenay. It was Spain mirror on Saguenay, and the hunts were bad for both players, but Shmras had a little bit forward base, and he did hurt. Garja didn't hunt that well. Garja fought near the tower, and yeah, that was a loss for him as well. Okay, back to this game. You're all up to date now. Ottomans here probably going for this fast fortress again anyway, since it's also so strong. We can see a couple of things of the Dutch. Of course, we can see a rush, but I think it's very risky on this map. Large distance, etc. He can play H2 like Yumio did, however I feel that if you go for a semi H3 with more banks like we've seen in previous recorded games of this tournament, it's a strong option. And then what you basically have is a civilization with more economy, that's going to be the Dutch one, versus a civilization with more shipments, that's going to be the Ottomans. So in the end, if the game goes long enough, and Garja is able to hold, I think he has a good chance to win. He just has to, to hold off to defend versus the early shipments of Ottomans. Okay, it's a very forward tower here from the Shmras. Maybe he's gonna look for some kind of rush. Dutch people like to build their banks, of course. We've gone strong by building banks in the past, so it's always a good thing in Age of Empires matchup here. Okay, let's see how this turns out. He's also shipping 700 gold, so he probably is gonna go for the fast fortress anyway. But of course, by putting this tower here, you get map control, you get vision. Also his shipments, like the 2 falconets, he can immediately ship them here and pressure on the Dutch guy. To be honest, I don't know why you would put your banks so far out. I always like to have my banks like in range of the town center, so that you can always defend it a little bit if needed. Of course they block off the path here from units like Spahir or Mameluke or whatever walking in, but you could also build them here, or for example here, and just make a house here for line of sight. Because if Janissaries are now attacking this bank from here, the town center is not in range and can't shoot at them. While 90 damage can help you out so much, especially if you're Dutch, you don't need always all your villagers, you have the banks anyway. So this position is not what I like the most. Who was that guy again? Musket had very nice bank building positioning, but there was this other guy playing in team games. Always making a whole Sim City out of his buildings, you know. Best positioning possible, etc. Anyway, Rex for the Dutch. Rex for the Ottomans. He shipped 700 wood again. Yeah, this is all pretty standard. Must get boring to do always the same thing though. Third bank is up with the shipments. Okay, he's gonna send the pikeman now to siege down the tower. He knows he has some time before the Ottomans is H3, so he can do damage here. Of course, Shmras can go for 5 Janissaries before aging up to hold this off. But then again, if the Dutch makes 5 skirmishes as he does now, he has no chance. So I think Shmras is going for the fast fortress nonetheless. Another small thing here, you saw that his hero was walking in first. Like I mentioned before, using your hero is something a lot of people don't, and that's really bad. His hero was going in first and it took like, I don't know, 4 or 5 shots. Those shots would have been on the pikemen or on the skirmishers, and you don't want that. You always want them, you want your hero to tank damage. Here is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit bad micro here. There was no need to walk in with the pikemen and lose him like that. Exactly not his day, as he said. He should just kill the tower, immediately backed off. After killing the tower, destroying the tower. Anyway, Shmras now H3, as you saw, H with the Abyss guns. Those villagers should not have been there anyway. He has all food here, so I know why he wastes time and HP. Here is what I told you before. Janissaries can just siege this. I'm not sure exactly what his plan is. 600 wood, so keep in mind that skirmishers do have 2 more range than Abyss guns, but as soon as one Abyss hits the skirmisher, it's like crazy good damage. He's just now trying to use his range. He's trying to pick off the Abyss gun as possible. Here you want to take down the Abyss guns first because they do so much damage. And afterwards you can still micro the skirmishers on the Janissaries anyway. There you see what I mean. Abyss gun is like 40 attack. So that means 3 shots and the skirmisher is dead. Because it's siege damage that Abyss gun does, and skirmishers have no unit at all actually has siege resistance, only normal ranged unit resistance. Stable going up, and there he goes, 3rd H. But now he lost 1 or 2 banks. To reflect on what I said before, he would probably lose the bank anyway, but then he would have been able to use his town center more effectively, and I think he would have, you know, damaged the Abyss guns more, stuff like that. Now he's gonna lose 2 banks. Basically, kinda for free. I don't like it. Anyway, still targeting down the Abyss guns, but meanwhile the second bank will go down. That means we have a Dutch player with only 1 hidden secret bank in the jungle here. You see here the hero is trying to slow down the units by going in melee mode. They can't run as fast backwards as they can normally. That's why he wants to take out the hero first. Minuteman, Town Center Fire, and means Janissaries have to go back. Because the skirmishers can go kiting, you know, go back and shoot forever. So what Shmras is doing now, sending his cannons. And I'm pretty sure after the cannons we will see Mamelukes again. Hey, it's Otto after all. So, what's up? Reuters coming in now. He has to make a few choices here. He has to deal with the cannons, and that's never easy, especially with so many Janissaries around. First, a good player, which is Shmras, he won't. Okay, you know, you can do some tricks like coming from this side and coming from this side and try to take out the cannons, for example, with a Reuter in melee mode. However, if you play versus a player of this caliber, of this level, he's not likely to let you come from that angle anyway, so it's almost impossible to take out the cannons like that. That means you will have to do some combination of like outmass him and try to get a good position. But since he has already lost 2 banks and he's about to lose his 3rd, his economy is not good. I told before that the Dutch has an advantage because he has a better economy, but that advantage is kind of gone now. He doesn't have a 3rd bank anyway, new bank. Trying to pick off some Janissaries here. The more you can pick off the better. He needs to lower down this number. As he can get this number down, he has perhaps an option to walk in and to kill the cannons. With so many Janissaries around, it's like almost impossible. The thing is now, like I said before, in a strategy game like this, the beauty of a strategy game is knowing, like, of course, the counter system and which unit you should use on which other units, but also when you are strong and when you are not as strong as a certain civilization. We have the same thing again here. He is trying to poke around with his cannons, killing off anything that he can, but now the Reuter coming in and do some damage. This is... Okay, he killed the cannon, lost 3 Reuters, that's definitely worth it, that's a good try. What I would have done, I killed 3 banks. I would have just gone back, either add Ab's gun, but this is going to be a little bit hard because there's not much economy, or go for the 1k coin and Mamelukes again. Because as soon as you have Mamelukes, you can really push into the skirmishes with Janissaries, I feel. And now he's just gonna sit here. He knows he can't really go in because it's gonna be really dangerous. The only thing Dutch can do now is get a good mess out and try to overwhelm him. So you have to know what you can do and when you can do it. And I think Garja should try to come around from this side again or from this side again. You can even just walk to this back over here. Ah, there are the Mamelukes. You can even walk to this back and try to come from behind. All he can do to get out his cannon is good. Now he can... be close. Yeah, he will take it out, but at the cost of like 5 Reuter, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, but still, we have a Dutch with low economy. I think though, if Shmras just waited here, like I said, you know, with the cannons, Janissaries on every side of the cannon, just wait for the Mameluke and then push in, would be a lot better. Anyway, it's hard as it is anyway, so right to skirmisher, it's really micro-intensive, that's one thing. I mean, he can basically just send these Mamelukes in, and while the Reuter are trying to kill the Mameluke, all the Janissary can go melee mode and kill the Reuter anyway, so... You really need like 1 or 2 bank. You can lose 1 bank as Dutch, I feel. That's not a problem. But if you have 2 banks left, you can really spam out these skirmishes in Reuter. With no bank left like now, or 1 bank even, it's just gonna be. It's not gonna be enough, I think. We see that he's trying to run back, and yeah, okay, it's too bad. It's over. Shmras won. So I can't even type anymore. Okay, well, the Dutch can normally do better, yes, well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's right about killing that tower, of course, matters a lot. But like I said, losing 3 banks is just too much. If you have 1 or 2 left, I think you have the economy to spam out units, but...
Yes.
Okay, that was the tournament matches for now. I guess Shmras just went to sleep because of obviously it's like 2-3 AM in the morning for him. Shmras won. He played it very well. I felt that Garja could have done better before. He could have played better than he did now. I think it was not really his day, like he said. On the other hand, of course, Shmras plays very good, and it's not easy to beat someone like that. And then, of course, you always have this Otto thing, Ottoman, Spanish. I think a lot of other civilizations would make up for better matchups with more variety of, unit combinations and micro and map control and things like going on. Not just always the Janissaries and cannons or just the few lenses and Rodolero shipments and go for it. I will cut my stream later, in pieces to get these Yumiu games and Garja games for Shmras up in separate videos. I'm now gonna play some games myself, if I still can. And that's of course gonna be Asian Dynasty, so sorry for every Nella guy. However, might still be a nice watch. Okay, I'm gonna play myself now, so I'm not gonna do any more commentary. I'm just gonna play and stream it still. But I'm gonna put some music on now. Some of my good music, of course. Garja or Shmras will post the recorded games in a bit later, I think.
Have you discovered a special Spotify playlist yet? go to ArmadaMusicRadio.com and indulge yourself with the
So
best music
thank you
around.
everyone for watching. That was the pkclan.net tournament 1v1. Big prize pool. You can check it out on the website. Very nice of them to host such a tournament and to get all the sponsors and all together. Were very nice games. Like I said, Garja could have done a little bit better, but Shmras played very well. He just used the civilizations and maps and stuff to his advantage. For example, in the Saganai one, he had a little bit more forward base. He heard it earlier, stuff like that. I also tried to point out some, things that might help you in getting a better player. Depends on your skill level, of course. I also have some previous instructional videos, by the way, on my stream. You can watch them, and I will also do some more instructional videos shortly about micro and some other things. So keep an eye on that. And hopefully see you for next tournament of pkclan.net, and I'm sure I'll try to stream it. For now, I'm gonna play some games myself. Of course, you can watch it, would be nice. And